To Grammar.Galore. This is Habibullah, an ESL instructor at TLA. Viewers, today's topic of discussion is the types of adverbs. In the previous video, we discussed basics regarding adverbs like definitions of adverbs, positions of adverbs, where adverbs can normally be used, formation of adverbs, how different adverbs can be formed. And now today we'll study, in this video, we'll discuss types of adverbs. So there are 14 types of adverbs. The first type of adverb or kind of adverb is adverb of time. Adverb of time are those adverbs which are used to show, that when an action happens. When an action happens. هغه adverbs دي چې دا متخیل چې کله یو کار شوی یا کله یو کار کیږي or are those adverbs which are used to show time in a sentence. Time in a sentence. Like for example, we have a lot of time related adverbs. Suppose we say tomorrow, tonight, next week, next month, next year, etc. And we also have some other adverb of time like already, yet, just, anymore, etc. So, adverbs of time are those adverbs which are used to show that when an action happens. There are two types of adverbs of time. One is definite adverbs of time, and another is indefinite adverbs of time. Definite adverbs of time are those adverbs which are used to show the exact time of an action. Like for example, I will meet you tomorrow. So here it shows that when an action happens, it means that I'll meet tomorrow. So this tomorrow is definite adverb of time because the time is exact, the time is specified. So when the time is specified, that is a definite adverb of time. And when the time is indefinite, we use indefinite adverbs of time like already, yet, just, anymore. For example, he hasn't found a house yet. He hasn't found a house yet. Like a house, so here, yet is an indefinite adverb of time. Here the time is inexact, or the time is unknown. And if you see, indefinite adverbs of time are commonly used in present perfect tense. They are commonly used in present perfect tense. Hasn't found, it's a present perfect tense. So, adverbs of times are those adverbs which show that when an action happens. If they have three positions in a sentence. Three positions in a sentence. Adverbs of time have three positions. They normally comes at the end, one at the end of a sentence, like I will meet you tomorrow. So this is adverb of time, it comes at the end of a sentence. This is commonly used, like commonly it comes at the end of a sentence. Sometimes adverbs of time also comes at the beginning of a sentence. We use them at the beginning when the time is not important to be mentioned. Like for example, yesterday, I met him. Yesterday I met him. So here yesterday is an adverb of time. It comes at the beginning of a sentence. And whenever we use adverbs of time at the beginning of a sentence, normally the time is unimportant to be mentioned, or it's not considered as the important part of a sentence. Sometimes it also comes in the middle. in the middle of a sentence. Adverbs of time can also be used in the middle of a sentence sometimes. Mostly they are indefinite adverbs of time when we want to use them in the middle of a sentence. Like how, for example, I have already paid the bill. I have already paid the bill. So already is an adverb of indefinite time. It comes in the middle of a sentence. So these are the positions of adverbs of time. The second is adverbs of place. Adverbs of place are those adverbs which indicates that where an action happened, or are those adverbs which shows place in a sentence, which indicates place in a sentence, the place of an action. Adverbs of place have adverbs which like in the class, on the ground, inside, outside, in the office, etc. These are adverbs of places. They also have three positions in a sentence. They normally come, usually they come at the end of a sentence. For example, she sings. She sang a song in the kitchen. She sang a song in the kitchen. So where did she sing? She sang a song in the kitchen. In the kitchen is adverb of place. It shows that where an action happens. So look, it comes at the end of a sentence. It sometimes can come at the beginning of a sentence as well. Like for example, outside they found each other. Outside they found each other. So outside is an adverb of place. It comes at the beginning of a sentence. Adverb of place, it comes at the beginning of a sentence. And we use adverbs of place at the beginning of a sentence when place expression or place is unimportant in a sentence, or unimportant to be mentioned in a sentence. So this also comes at the beginning of a sentence. Adverbs of place, and they can come in the middle of a sentence. Like how, for example, I was at home watching TV. I was at home watching TV. So at home is adverb of place. It comes in the middle of a sentence. So adverb of place, the way we have used them. So these are all about adverbs of place. They can come at the end of a sentence. They sometimes comes at the beginning of a sentence when they are not considered as the part of a sentence, and they also come in the middle of a sentence. This one is adverbs of manner. Adverbs of manner are those adverbs which are used to show the way how an action happens. Have adverbs which it answers the question how. It shows that how an action happens. Adverbs of manner are composed of two parts: adjectives plus the suffix ly. When we combine these two, they make adverbs of manner. Like how careful is an adverb, it's an adjective. When I add ly with it, it becomes carefully, and it makes adverbs of manner. Suppose we say he or she, he drives carefully. How he drives, it answers the question how, and it shows that how an action happens. So how he drives carefully, it shows the way how an action happens. It also has adverbs of manner also have three positions in a sentence. At the end of a sentence, commonly they come at the end of a sentence. Sometimes they can be used at the beginning of a sentence, and they can also be used in the middle of a sentence. How, for example, we say that he speaks loudly. So how he speaks loudly. Loudly is an adverb of manner. It shows how an action happens. This sentence answers the question how. If you see, it's made of adjective plus ly, the suffix ly, and it comes at the end of the sentence. Adverbs of manner can also come at the beginning of a sentence. Like, for example, we say, proudly he won the race. Proudly he won the race. So how he won the race? Proudly he won the race, with pride. So here proudly is an adverb of manner, and it comes at the beginning of a sentence. Adjective plus ly. And it can also come in the middle of a sentence. Like for example, he emotionally lived the class. So how he lived the class? Emotionally. Emotionally is an adverb of manner. It shows that how an action happens, and it comes in the middle of a sentence. So this is all about adverbs of manner, where we show that how an action happens. Next is adverbs of frequency, or those adverbs which are used to show that how often an action happens, or how many times an action happens. Or adverbs of frequency are those adverbs which are used to show the repetition of an action. Like always, usually, sometimes, hardly ever, never, twice, 3 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, etc. These are all adverbs of frequency which are used to show the repetition of an action in a sentence. Now, adverbs of frequency are of 2 types. Indefinite adverbs of frequency and definite adverbs of frequency. Indefinite adverbs of frequency are those adverbs where the repetition is unknown, or the repetition is not known. Like how, for example, he usually comes late to the class. Now usually is an adverb of adverbs of frequency, and indefinite adverbs of frequency, where the action is repeated. Aksara late repeated again and again, but the repetition is not exact. It is an inexact repetition of an action. And sometimes we have definite repetition of an action, like we show the exact repetition of an action, where we use definite adverbs of frequency. For example, I met him twice. So twice is definite adverbs of frequency, where repetition is exact or known. So when we have a known repetition of an action, we use definite adverbs of frequency. And when the repetition is unknown, we use indefinite adverbs of frequency. Next is adverbs of affirmation. Adverbs of affirmation are those adverbs which are used for agreement in a sentence, where we show our agreement with someone's suggestion or recommendations or idea, or when we say yes to someone or all right to someone, when we show our support or give our support to somebody. So we use adverbs of affirmation, where we affirm someone's suggestion or someone's recommendation, or we accept someone's idea, or we show our agreement towards someone's idea. So we use adverbs of affirmation. For example, if somebody tells you that let's go to park, so you can show your affirmation. You can just give your agreement with an adverb of affirmation, like yeah, yes, all right, sure. You can simply say, all right, let's go. Let's go. Saida zachizu. So all right is an adverb of affirmation, where you try to agree to somebody to do something, or where you try to affirm someone's idea. Like yep, yes, all right, sure, etc. For another example, do you want to go with me? Do you want to go with me? Sure. Let's go. So sure is an adverb of affirmation, where we try to agree to somebody. On its opposite, we have adverbs of negation, where we show our disagreement, or where we try to negate towards someone's idea. The cha response ta, the cha the jawab warkaw nasara, ya the cha khabara namanu, disagree kyun hua sara. So here we use adverbs of negation, like we say not no, never, etc. Not at all. So we use adverbs of negation. For example, the same examples if given by somebody, if somebody tells you that let's go to park, so through negative adverbs or disagreements, you can simply say that no, I am not free. No, I am not free. So here no is an adverb of negation, where you disagree to someone's idea or someone's response, or you reject someone's request. So we use adverb of negation there. Another example for that could be that, do you want to go with me? So you can simply say that not at all. Not at all. I'm busy, or I'm not free, or I have to do a lot of other activities, or I have my own commitments. So here not at all is an adverb of negation, where you negate someone's idea, or where you reject someone's response, or where you disagree with somebody. You don't want to go with somebody. So here you use adverbs of negation. The next type is conjunctive adverbs. Conjunctive adverbs are also known as transitions. They are also called as linkers. They are also called as compound conjunctions. They are also called as discourse markers, or they can act as discourse markers. Are those adverbs which are used to take us from one idea to another idea, or they are those conjunctions, or they are those adverbs which are used to connect ideas in a sentence and then paragraphs. They shape up the structure of paragraphs. Like for example, we have in addition, in fact, consequently, however, therefore, nevertheless, nonetheless, etc. They take us from one idea to another idea. They connect ideas into sentences or paragraphs. For example, I say that Peshawar has many parks. Full stop. In addition, it has a modern BRT system. So if you see Peshawar has many parks, this is one idea. It has a modern BRT system, it's another idea. In addition is a conjunctive adverb. It's a transition. It connects these two ideas, or it takes us from one idea to another idea. It further describes the subject of a sentence. So this is how conjunction works. They actually link ideas, connect ideas. So conjunctive adverbs are those adverbs which are used to take us from one idea to another idea. They connect ideas into sentences and then paragraphs. They connect larger statements, bigger statements. They act as connectors. There are many examples. Like for example, I just say that he was lazy, however he passed the test. So there are two contrasting ideas. However, is used to combine these two contrasting ideas. He was lazy, however, he got good marks. So two contrasting ideas can be combined through conjunctive adverbs. When we have cause and effect relationship, we can show it through conjunctive adverbs. We can talk about summary, we can talk about additional information through conjunctive adverbs. So viewers, that's all for today. In this video, we discussed 7 types of adverbs. The remaining types would be discussed in the coming video. Thanks for watching. Wish you all best of luck, and stay tuned for further videos.